Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Specialist Sarah Herring. Many lives were lost in the Korean War. Soldiers will always remember those who fought and died while serving their country. Army Sergeant Jacob Connor attends a burial ceremony for soldiers who fought in the Korean War.
The Korean War burial ceremony took place at Daejeon National Cemetery. The ceremony allowed the remains of 12 South Korean soldiers, including Katusa Privates First Class Kim Young-soo and Lee Gap-soo, found in North Korea, to return to the South for a proper burial. This is the first time since 1953 ceasefire that the remains of servicemen have been returned from the North. Those killed in action were members of the Katusa forces and died in battles such as the Chosin Reservoir. There is an estimate of 130,000 South Korean forces that are either missing or KIA. The remains of around 40,000 of these men were presumed to be buried in North Korea or in the DMZ. Privates First Class Kim and Lee's remains were able to be returned after 62 years of missing in action. Army Sergeant Jacob Connor, Daejeon, Korea.
Private First Class Kim was identified using DNA along with the MND by his elder brother. On June 26, the DoD's 60th anniversary of the Korean War Commemoration Committee hosted an award ceremony. Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce reports.
Commanding officers, executives of Korea Railroad Corporation, and family members gathered to pay respect to one heroic civilian of the Korean War. Each guest speaker expressed his deepest gratitude for his patriotism along with noble sacrifice.
Korea is a free and prosperous nation today because of patriots like Kim Jae-hyun and the other heroes who defended freedom during the war.
Jae-hyun Kim is the first Korean awarded the OSD Exceptional Public Service Award, which is the highest honor a civilian can ever receive from the Secretary of Defense.
This event happened over 60 years ago, but I think it does reflect that in the United States and here in the Republic of Korea, at any time that we find that there's been somebody who's done acts of valor like this, we will remember them in the appropriate way.
Mr. Kim, a 28-year-old train engineer, volunteered for a deadly mission. His son was only 2 years old at the time.
My father was part of a rescue operation to recover General Dean, who was captured and held hostage in Daejeon. Even though North Korean forces had taken control of Daejeon, he continued the operation, believing that General Dean was still there. My father died on the way back from the rescue mission.
His son and grandson followed in his footsteps and each worked for the Korean Railroad Corporation. Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce, Yongsan, Korea.
In 1962, the Korea Railroad Corporation employees erected a monument near the train station in Daejeon to honor Jae-hyun Kim. June 25th marked the 62nd anniversary of the start of the Korean War. Veterans of the war came together on Yonsan to celebrate their service. Private Woo Yeon-jo reports.
U.S. and Filipino veterans visited 8th Army headquarters to commemorate the 62nd anniversary of the start of the Korean War. I had a unique opportunity to speak with one of the vets and also listen to General Johnson offer his deepest gratitude.
There were not two bricks stacked one on top of the other. Look at what happened. Look what your sacrifice has enabled Korea to do. But it was only capable, it was only made possible by the sacrifices of you and your fellows alongside our Korean patriots defending this country and preserving it for today and for the future.
The area that I saw up north of Pyongyang isn't part of South Korea. There should be a unified Korea, free and independent the way it is right now down here. It was just tremendous. I feel honored and respected. When I came home in America, this was, what, you crazy? What the hell are you doing fighting somebody else's war, but to realize how much of an impact and how much we are honored and respected for World War II, to help our Koreans stay free makes everything we went through worthwhile.
Katusa Private Woo Yeon-jo, Seoul, Korea.
The best way to honor Korean war heroes is to ensure that today's service members are taught what we have learned from our past so that they are ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. The UN Memorial Cemetery held a remembrance for the 62nd anniversary of the Korean War. Army Sergeant Carlos Gonzalez reports.
Representatives from USFK and the Republic of Korea held a remembrance in honor of the United Nations service members that died fighting in the Korean War.
It was another opportunity to reach out into this community and be present, to show that we are together, sacrificing for each other in time and resources, and with our national treasures as well.
Floral tributes and a poem of condolence were part of the remembrance at the only United Nations memorial cemetery in the world.
Well, it's an immensely powerful reminder of the sacrifice that was made by so many nations, armed forces, during the course of the Korean War, a war which, of course, technically still has not ended. And it's immensely moving to see this broader picture here. It means a great deal to me, and I'm very moved by it.
Visitors from all over the world and the peninsula came to pay tribute to the fallen.
I want to salute our soldiers from the French battalion who fight here. And I see that our soldiers are not forgotten.
The UN Memorial Cemetery is the final resting place for more than 2,200 Korean War veterans from 11 countries. Army Sergeant Carlos Gonzalez, Busan, Korea.
The Remembrance is an annual event at the United Nations Memorial Cemetery. Raymond Melon was a former POW during the Korean War and has not been back to Korea since his release from capture. Air Force Sergeant Michael Watkins visits him and lets him tell his story.
62 years. I left in August 1953. I'm so pleased that I made this trip back, because I would have missed this and seen what they've done. Because, you know, when I was first captured, I said, what am I doing here in this country anyway, But now I realize it was really a good cause. And like I look at it, I was following orders and they wanted me here. I came here, and I've never complained about it. So, and I never will. And I was right up on top of that hill where we had our first engagement with the North Korean Army. And then I made it off the hill on the 5th of July and got captured down the road. It was a long 37 months. But every once in a while they would bring in a new prisoner to our camp, and they would bring us up to the times as to what had been going on, So there was a lot of good news, then it was bad news, then it was good news, But finally good news came. The Chinese called us all together and told us that we were going home. I was crying. It was one of the happiest moments of my life. In my private times, I think about it a lot, so I have a lot of those private times. So a year ago, you couldn't have got me to talk like this. So thank you for having me back.
After seeing the memorial, Raymond Melon plans to visit the DMZ to see the Freedom Bridge. Marathon races are a great chance for U.S. and ROK service members to represent their country and unit. I spoke with one unit who came out to participate in the Korean War Memorial Run. Civilians and military personnel jogged along the Han River and around the Seoul World Cup Stadium for the Korean War Memorial Run. The United Nations Command Honor Guard Marathon Running Team was just one group that came out to represent their country and unit.
UNC Honor Guard, we have both Americans and ROK soldiers, so it's very important for us to get out and make a positive impression on the community. And this seemed like a great thing to do, especially we're the new UNC Honor Guard running team.
During the run, there was a lot of congeniality amongst the other runners.
A lot of camaraderie, people egging each other on to finish the race. Everybody just wanted to see everybody finish. The run gives us an opportunity to show our face in the community, to show that we're Americans and that we care about the Korean people and the culture here.
It helped that the route also gave a great view of the beauty around Seoul.
Lots of people. The route was really nice because it went around Han River, gave us a nice view of the scenery.
The Memorial Run presented awards to the fastest runners in each event and handed out snacks to the finished runners. The United Nations Command Honor Guard Marathon Running Team was started by their commander just this year. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, July 5th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.